So let's go ahead and test this. Hello. Hello. Okay. So it works. It works. You can have the live chat open. So just gonna exit out of this. I'm gonna be continuing on, in regards to, so last stream got rudely interrupted by a blackout, and when I was talking to that really cool guy who's watching, oh yes, watching, which was, I think, Lucas Ori. Oh right, I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. But I'll continue here. So my suppose would be really the best thing to talk about. I'd say, like, just kind of regarding blood. I don't know if I'm being abandoned or what. I don't know if that's never gonna change. Now, if you didn't watch the last stream, you're probably not gonna have a clue. I got abandoned by my adoptive mother. I don't know if she's ever gonna speak to me again. And I want to be hopeful, and I want to say that she will speak to me again, but I don't know. I have no clue. Because she's surrounded by people who only see white and black. They don't see gray. I'm in that gray part. I'm not an entirely good person. I'm not an entirely bad person. And so it's just, it does piss me off. Let me set a destination. The fuck? Oh, just disappeared from me. There we go. Which is a harbor. Which is a harbor. But we're gonna be pretty much going on the west. Well, yeah, the west coast. Not the fucking west. The south border, southern border. Oh yes, the west coast. Jesus, I'm done. I'm actually gonna go this way, even though it's telling me to go the other way, but I kind of prefer this way. I'm lagging a slight though. Yeah, here we go. In regards to color, I need to open up to y'all about something. I am a person. I'm not... Well, no shit, I'm a person, but... Everyone has times where they get hurt by something, no matter how tough they are. No matter how much they've been through, there will still be stuff that will always hurt. For me, I'd say most of my life is probably going to be getting like forgotten and abandoned. That is the thing that's gonna probably plague me for my entire life, because it's what I have anxiety about. It's what everyone has, like that kind of issue that they have that's not resolvable. That it can get better, of course. You can trust people more, but it will always kind of be there in the back of your mind, because one day someone will confirm that doubt to you, that thought that someone will abandon you. There will probably be at least one person in your life who mentally shows you that that can happen. Which sucks, but it's true. It's an airplane. Aeroplane. I was about to say that I have good reaction time, didn't I do that? But I don't know. Because like considering that my mother abandoned me and that her friends kind of pushed her to do that, I wouldn't be surprised if they abandoned her. And when they do that, which I'm sure they inevitably will, I don't know if I'd be willing to forgive her when she comes back. Albeit however so long in the future, I don't know if I'd be willing to forgive that. I just don't. I'll tell you all about myself. My name's Rebel. Rebel Duggar. That is my first and last name. If you don't believe that, I don't blame you. But it is a unique name. Albeit it constantly has a joke made out of it. It's like, oh, are you a rebel? It's like, I'm gonna fucking rip your eyes out. I will show you, Rebel. I will show you rebelling against the government when I commit a felony. But that's my name. My birthday is February 27th, 2007. I'm 15 years old now. I have struggled with depression for most of my life. There's never really been a time where I can think of... I mean, there's been happy times in my life, no doubt. But I can't think of a time that it wasn't always kind of silently there. Because there's times where it goes, like, in and out. Like, one day I'll be just super depressed, and the other, I'll be fine. Like, I'll be the happiest person alive, the most crack-addled spider monkey you could ever imagine. Like, that's the level of energy I have. And then the next day I'll be, like, completely distraught. Like, I will not have any energy whatsoever. And so... Christ. So I'll tell you a little bit something about my family. My family has a history of mental illness. My grandfather, severe depression. But he grew up in the time period where, like, life was good enough to the point that, like, you didn't really think about it. It existed, yeah, but, like, you didn't think about it. It was, like, you know how some people just, like, keep themselves busy to not really worry or anything? That was the kind of time period he grew up in. It was the one that he could just keep himself busy. I mean, cope however you wish. It's your coping mechanism. Just not, as long as it isn't harmful to yourself. Or to others, I should say. I don't want to get sued for suggesting to harm others. The great alternative to self-harm is harm other. That deer's fucking dead. Like... trying to think. Sorry. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, my grandfather had severe depression. Has. My grandmother... Wait. My grandfather has severe depression. My grandmother has severe anxiety. My mother has, I'd say borderline narcissism. I'd say, yeah, borderline narcissism, honestly. She can never be wrong about anything. And it's, like, and you know, you might say, oh, well, most parents are like that. Yeah, most parents don't, you know, physically get aggressive with you over that. Most parents don't, you know, completely just berate you. Like, it's normal for you to have, like, disagreements with your parents, but, like, when it's daily and it's making you just, like, have nightmares constantly and it's horrid like that and it's traumatized you, that is the point where there is a big problem. Not to undermine anyone, like, everyone experiences trauma differently. Some people can handle that, some people just can't. I'm one of the people who... I can kind of handle it, but it's only because I've really grown up with it. I've gotten, I hate to say it, used to it. I love driving like this because I can I can talk, and there's no like real objective except just get somewhere. Now I'm driving here. I don't ever really use nitrous except for races, but yeah, just making sure there wasn't another turn I missed. I think I can just keep going straight. But, and so I'm like a whole cauldron of mental illness. I have severe anxiety, I have depression, I have other mental illnesses which I don't really talk about because they're not important. They're the ones that have a lot of stigma, and so it's just like, it's not really important to say them. And so I've always like struggled with that. Not really, well, I'm trying to think. It's like, anxiety is kind of one of those things that you only remember it as you're having it. Like, I couldn't tell you a time in the last month, well, except for, you know, big stuff. But like, I couldn't tell you a time that I've had just general anxiety. Like, just, not really about anything in specific, but just like, yeah, it's there. I think... I hate how unnecessarily long these things are. Like, I have no idea where the checkpoint marker is. It'll pop back up. But say for example, like I don't think I really had much like anxiety into like I think about, you see, my mother, biological mother, well actually I suppose I should also say my dad had mental illness too, but he was high functioning, meaning that like you couldn't tell he had it. It was only in his like worst moments that it showed, and so you could never tell until one time he got into a car accident, which he should have stayed in the hospital a couple more days than what he did, but his family rushed him out because fuck knows. They don't even they barely speak to him, but like, yeah, okay. And so his brain swelled because they couldn't catch that because he was outside of the hospital, and there was no like after church checkup. And so his brain swelled, and when your brain swells, you kind of lose like reasoning. When it starts like to push on your skull, you start getting brain damage because parts of your brain are like, it's like if you compress a part of your arm and then let go, it like you can see it turn pale from the lack of blood flow. It's like that. And so he lost his reasoning. And so even though he was high functioning before that, now he had no sense of reason, and so he wasn't high functioning, and he just did whatever his impulses told him to. At one point he held my mother and half-sister at gunpoint. After that she left him, my mother. And then he started drinking again, which even just added to the problem. And then 2 weeks after that, well, no, 2 weeks after I was born, he got really drunk and ended up shooting himself. And so I am just a complete melting pot of mental illness, which sucks, but nothing much I can do. And I also have trauma, such as being raped, verbally abused all of my life. I never really emotionally developed either, because I've had depression for most of my life. Especially during the years that you do emotionally develop, I had it, and so I've just been smothered. Sorry. So I've been plagued by that for a lot of my life, sadly. So that just basically means that, like, I don't, like, understand some things that, like, you know, most people would, among other things, but generally that's what it is. That's what I struggle with mostly the most. Well, that's what obviously, that's what I struggle with mostly. We'll go go off-roading for a bit. Pretty much. And I'm really trying to think. That's caused difficulty in my life. It's caused just a fuck ton of things that should have been fine for a normal person, but since I can't understand, since shit worries me way too much than it should, it affected me a lot worse. Which I hate, but there's nothing I can really do to control that. And we're in a graveyard of airplanes. It's pretty cool. But let's talk about my goals in life. I have always... Oh dang. It got dark quick. Let's talk about my goals in life. I have always wanted to be a YouTuber. I've always wanted to do this. Like, be able to just open up a stream and be able to just talk to people. And, like, have people who actually care about my well-being and would hope for me to do good in life. But also accept that I'm human. That I'm not an idol. I'm not perfect. And that's something I'm trying to get out of the way. You know what? Fuck it, let's go off-roading. That's something I tried to like, that's why I think I'm gonna brand my channel on, like, being open about mental health. Being able to talk about it. Giving a shit about my fans. I say this like that for sure one day I will have people who care, and I don't know if I will ever. Hopefully, but you never know. Maybe I won't, maybe I will. Oh, it's raining. Even better. Time for muddy. Yeah, we can go first person. But like pretty much, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to actually like try to make it a career. Now, regarding YouTube though, I could probably only make it a career in my younger days. Like, I'm 15 right now. I might try this for a year. Cause like, I doubt anyone has been, I doubt that anyone watching this, or ever will watch this, is one of the subscribers I have currently. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But if you don't know, I've kind of went off and on about YouTube for 3 years. Like when I was 12, I tried it. Like I've always had this like ambition, but like I know it's hard to do in such a crowded place. It's just hard to do. Like you really have to get lucky. Like you truly do have to get lucky. Which I mean, I could I really could do it if I wanted. I am very sure of that. Because, like, you need just one decent person to help you along with it, and you're good. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I mean, I'll figure it out eventually, but for now, it's kind of just one of those side things. It's like, hopefully it does well. Probably won't, but whatever. Yeah, I always feel like I'm going slower off-road than on-road. I mean, like, obviously you are, but, like, I feel like 160 miles per hour is not anything. Like, it doesn't feel like the correct speed I should be going. Yeah, off-roading is actually very difficult in this game because so many things are like not destructive, you know, when you're off-roading, which I mean just basically means get good. Like, just get good at weaving around them. Which I'm decent at. But it just takes a lot of focus. Or like, at least redirecting yourself so that when you do take the hit, you don't lose all your speed. As I've done a couple times in the last like 10 seconds. Like, I'll probably hit a tree up here. Oh, like that. It's just about redirecting yourself so that you don't lose all of your speed. That's the main thing about off-roading in this game. Yeah, but like that hit straight on my front. And that too. I expected there to be a gap. Let's go into plane. I've always kind of I don't know what to like say. I've wanted to do this for a very long time. It's one of those things that it's one of my ambitions, but it's not, it doesn't seem plausible to do so yet. I mean, I'll admit, I have a good voice, I have humanity, like, I can understand people. But oh, cool. But like pretty much, this has been an ambition for a very long time, but it's not really doable, at least in my current circumstance. Because you need something unique, which is kind of why I want to do, just be extremely open with my audience, but I do know that being extremely open also means scary. Like, people have really got to love you for you to do that, truly. I don't know. I'm just at that point in my life, I just don't know what to do. But like, I'm gonna have to start doing something. I'm like at that point in life where I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I mean, I'm gonna have to do something eventually. Okay. So, what can we talk about? This is the kind of thing where it's like, I do have stuff to talk about, but like, I hate just kind of throwing it out there. You know, like, well, I don't know how to like explain it. I'll use this. Yeah, because it's more of a dune buggy. The wheelbase of this thing's pretty wide though, which, yeah. Here we go. That's our journey. Now, let's talk. So, what can I talk about? I guess... I'm not entirely sure. So, I am suicidal. And I have been for about 1.5 years. I don't particularly talk about it, but it is something that's just kind of like in the background of my life. And isn't in my control, really. Well, no, I'd say for most people, it's probably not in their control. But when I lose people like I did my mom, or adoptive mom, you just kind of lose all hope. Like, you just feel like that's it. Which sucks. It really does. And I hope my adoptive mom comes back, but I don't know if she will. And so, this channel is probably going to be my way to keep myself here and not to do something stupid. Because if I feel as if there's people waiting for me who's, you know, expect me, who want to, like, care for me and want me to actually do good in life, I feel like I would, even if I had no one else, that this channel would keep me alive. However, how do I do that? I have no clue. What is like this? Like, I noticed this. Why are you red? Like, huh? I know I had the RAM out for a lot longer than this. Why are you red? Because I was doing jumps? Oh, maybe that's the biggest, like, points area I've had? I don't know. It's like, I know that red's kind of like the symbol of points in this game. Like, I don't even know if it's red. I mean, you could call that pink. Like a very, very, very off shade of pink. Could call it that. Please don't, but still. Fuck. Oh. Forgot. I don't really know. I'm trying to keep myself busy. It's like, if I don't have anything else to do, so I'm just kind of doing streaming. So why not? It doesn't hurt to. I tried to make some friends last night. Cause like, I yeah, I don't have anything else to do today, and I've kind of, like, I think tonight I might try again to, like, talk to people, but I think for now it's just gonna be just kind of me. So, I'll talk about a previous relationship I had with a guy named Justin. Which, actually, like, a good relationship. It's the longest I've had. Well, actually, yeah, longest serious one. Because, like, I've had one that lasted, like, 2 years, but it was hardly a relationship. It was more of just both of us didn't want to end it. Because of fucking separation anxiety. Which is something that keeps me in a lot of my toxic relationships, is that I'm just too afraid to leave them. It's like, I'm very aware that I'm probably gonna be better off without them, but like, I can't bring myself to do it. It's like, my mind just goes like, oh, but what if? Like, what if that doesn't work? And you're worse. Well, is it fucking Death Valley? The hell? The fuck? The hell? I saw Death Valley. The fuck? Like, I know Death Valley in here, because it's a fucking desert. What the hell is this? Oh. Oh, there's Death Valley. What the hell? Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize it was that close to the, fucking desert. Oh? Dear Lord, it's... Talking about one of my exes, I just had one that texted me for the second time. Jesus Christ. Come on. Tell him I just got abandoned by my mom. I think I'll go to Yellowstone. Where the fuck is Yellowstone? It's like here, isn't it? Yeah. Here's Yellowstone. I'll go here. Just kind of fuck around. Ain't got nothing else better to do. Sorry, yo. Ooh, those kind of shots are cool. Yes, this is a Pride dirt bike. Purely because I want to rub it in people's faces. It actually doesn't look that bad to me, honestly. Oh my fucking god, that ruins it. That R plus M, if you don't know what that is, my ex's name, I don't know. So let's talk about one of my exes. The ex named Justin, which was not a bad guy. Yeah, fuck it. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I mean you're not really supposed to ride these kind of bikes on snow. Well, at least not with those kind of wheels. Oh, that shouldn't have happened. Okay. Yeah, I need another message. Okay, let's see if I can climb this. Change the dirt real quick. Fuck. Oh, God. But like, pretty much, this ex named Justin. not the nicest guy. I mean, I thought he was good for a little while, but he slowly proved to me that he wasn't. Sucks. How I met him, and actually how I met the best friend that abandoned me yesterday. Well, today, sorry. I've slept today, so I feel like it's the day before, but it's not. But I met this ex and Subi at the same time. Well, my best friend's name is, well, nickname Suvio. You see, I met them a while ago. I met them like February, yeah, I think like February 2021. So yeah, basically a little past a year from today. I originally went, like, because whenever I get depressed, I play VR chat. And so whenever I get depressed, I just basically go hang out on there and cheer myself up. Which sometimes works. And yeah, it totally works all the time. Basically, I try to meet a new person, someone, like, to keep on living, I need some kind of a future, some kind of, like, a future that I can pursue, foreseeably see myself being happy, and then I will continue in life. I'm gonna see if I can climb this mountain. Yeah, no. But, sorry, I'm just mentally drained right now. I woke up earlier. Fuck. This ex Justin, I met him in there's a world on VR chat called Rest and Sleep. Where? Oh, direct message. Just like, you know what, yoink. Christ. That is beautiful. So fucking hell. That's the little F1 car, right? Right? This is, I don't fucking know. I'll go look at it. Yeah, I think my ex is trying to get back with me. Yikes. Here, let's see. So, yeah, this is the smaller version. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wait, is that cheap? Yeah, that's like a single race. Yeah, but this was expensive, I believe. Why the hell are you here? I mean, okay. You're another one that's kind of like cool. God, I just hate how that looks, because like there's nothing on that car like that's actually really designed. Like, that sounds like a fucking porno in the background. Like, it just looks really, really dumb because it just looks like a worse F1 car. There's a reason why, I mean, like, there's a reason why F1 cars look the way they do. Like, that wing there, that is not an acceptable wing. That is just, you just put two plates on the front and called it that. Like, with fucking, here, probably the reverse one. It's like, the wing on there, you can see there's multiple panels that, like, channel air different ways and everything. It's different. But yeah. Let's go look at the Grand Touring cars. Because I actually probably should. I kind of want a Ferrari. But. Let's start off. Sorry. What the actual fuck is this? That's not. No, I refuse. I refuse. This is not. No. That's not really touring car. And at least it wasn't really designed for that, but I mean it works, kinda. It depends who you ask. Who you ask of that. Here's the fucking GT. It's an old bike. But these bikes were fast. Trust me. But they got too fast. And so literally to keep on like selling them, they had to fucking lower the speed of it. Cuz like you have to imagine, it's a lightweight bike and you're just strapping like a goddamn engine to it. And it just fucking goes neom. Like it's fast. It's stupidly fast. Especially the Ducatis. This is actually, it's a good one. Yeah, I have this one, which is the RS01. Which is, I'd say, one of the best. I kind of want this one. Like, I just really like the Ford GT. And I don't know. Because I have to be able to, like, use it somewhat. Like, if I, so, okay, come on. Come on, man. How do they make a Ferrari and then just not make it red? Come on. I mean, okay, at least this one's better. This is at 40. 488. Here's the FXXK, which is another one that I do like. It's not my favorite, but it is one that I do really like. Also, I don't think the car comes in this many colors, does it? No, it might. It might. This is official colors. I can't remember it having that. I'm probably wrong though. It probably does. Okay, I'm getting off topic. Sorry. With this ex Justin, I met him in a rest and sleep role, which is just basically a role in VR chat where you sleep. I mean, most of the time it's just for people who are like tired but aren't asleep yet, and they'll go there for like 20 something minutes. Yeah, like they'll go there for 20 something minutes. Sorry. I met him in Rest and Sleep with Suviel. They were just like friends who were both kind of new to the game. Like they were each other's first friends. Like Suviel friended Justin, and Justin friended Suviel. They were each other's first friends. And so fucking yeah, I don't know what's going on with me. I honestly think I'm just like still tired and like I'm still waking up, but I can't fucking tell. So I should. No, it's already done. I'll head here. Just yeah. But with I met them that night because I was close to suicide. Very. And so, like, here's the thing, y'all. I don't want to die. I don't. But I don't want to hurt anymore. And that's what a lot of the times, like, suicidal thoughts end up being, is like, you don't want, you want to keep living, but you don't want to hurt anymore. Like, you don't want to feel the pain of life anymore. And so, I basically just was in there for a while. I was hopping between worlds and stuff. God, I'm tired. I was hopping between worlds and stuff, and so, I wasn't doing anything in specific. I was just kind of like doing stuff. I mean, I was just hanging around. I wasn't really talking to anyone because, I mean, I'm way too shy for that. So I eventually like kind of came over to him because they were alone in the corner, just kind of talking with a big group of people. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I went over there. And I talked. Well, I talked to CVL because he said something along the lines of like, how do I turn my cloning off? Which I was like, oh, it's in your settings. It'll be like in the middle of the screen on the bottom. What he said? You friended me. I friended him and Justin. Justin was looking for an avatar, so I gave him one. I later on found out that that well, no, that's too much. I was showing shit to him, like how to work VRChat and everything, and we just kind of were friends for a while. After that night, we hung out a couple more times. I was mainly hanging out with CVL. Albeit we never really did much. Anyways, we talk and shit, and well, yeah. Kind of like wasn't really in contact with him for like a month. Because it was like, I think it was then like March. Well, it was late March when I started talking to him again. Which at that point I found out he was gay, which I'm fine with because there's no problem with that. This world's got enough babies. um, so I just kind of was talking to him. I was questioning my sexuality too at the time. Like I was like, I don't know what I was. I mean, it was one of those things that was like, yeah, men are attractive, but like, I never really acknowledged it. It was just kind of like, yeah, that's normal, right? I mean, like, yeah, it's fine to like find someone attractive, but like not be attracted to them. See, you could see why someone would be attractive, but you're not attracted to them. That is normal. But like being attracted to them, that would be. I mean, not saying that like it's a bad thing. I'm saying that like at that point you wouldn't be heterosexual. Probably sounded really dumb with how I explained that. Sorry. I'm trying to think. Ah. One sec. Sorry about that. Which, I was telling Justin, like, we reconnected, like, late March. I just kind of hanging out a lot. Well, I kind of had a feeling he had a crush on me. And so I set up a plan. I was going to tell him about one of my mental illnesses. Now, you have to understand, at this point, it was, early April. Like, April 3rd. Well, actually, it was April 4th when I told him. And I told him about one of my best illnesses. Which can, like, inhibit love life. Like, you won't be attracted to people, or... Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you won't be able to love someone. Not in like a partner way. And so... And so, fuck. I told him that, and he kind of seemed down. Like, it seemed like something was up. Which interested me because it was like, well, because I was trying to figure out if he had feelings for me. Which, I am tired. When I told him this, he was like, oh. Oh. Like, you could tell something was up. And so I asked him. No, nothing's up. That's what he said. Eventually, he did, like, kind of open up, like, it was a little scary to him that I couldn't, like, there was, like, I couldn't love people. Which, I mean, I wasn't lying. There are times in my life where, like right now, where it's like, I can't love someone like a partner. I mean, I can still care for them like family, but just as a partner, it wouldn't work. Not right now. Not when I'm, like, just mentally drained. Oh, fuck. I talked to him for a bit, and eventually, like, I brought it up that, like, the average person wouldn't be that concerned about, like, that side effect, like, that part of my mental illness, or, like, possible side effect. Well, I mean, it's not a side effect, but possible, like, symptom, or, like, result of it. Stretching. So, like, I told him this shit, and he was like, you know, it was, I don't know how to put it, like, distressed, and eventually I was just like, you know what, it's very obvious he likes me. Hey, do you like me, man? Which he didn't want to, like, admit, because, like, I knew he was gay, but I didn't know, like, I knew it because of, like, how he had talked about, like, male celebrities, if that answers y'all's question about that. And so, eventually, I asked him that, and he was like, just kind of froze for a second before saying yeah. Which, didn't surprise me. Dude, I like him. I knew at that point that I did like men. I did know that, but, like, it was still kind of one of those things that was like, I didn't own it. It was kind of like, yeah, I might be bisexual, but, like, not, how do I explain it? Like, I might be bisexual. However, like, I didn't really think about it. Like, you know, I see, like, a man that's, like, attractive, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's like, you don't really realize it until you realize what the labels are, like bisexual, gay. You don't really realize you're that until you read the label and you're like, oh, that explains it. And I think that was kind of my moment where I was like, yeah. I dated Justin for 9 months. You know, fun fact, my Suviel had the same name as Justin. I call Suviel because his real name was Justin. Justynn. But Justin was spelled, you know, like the average way someone spells Justin. Justin. Fuck, I'm thinking, yeah, what was I thinking about? Or, well, like, what was I gonna say? I don't have a fucking clue anymore. I'm just tired, just mentally shut off. Fuck, what was... this kind of shit does make me, like, kind of angry because it's like, well, fuck me, like, brain work, you know? I started dating him. And it was at this point I was like, you know what, fuck it. Yeah, I'm bisexual. Tits, cock, I love them. And so, well, yeah. I dated him for 9 months, and I met a lot of people during that time. A lot of cool people. And it was like, yeah, the thing is about me is that you wouldn't know this from these streams, but I'm like a decently intimidating person because I don't speak much, and when I do, it feels like I'm gonna kill you. Or at least that's how a couple of my friends put it. It's like, because of my voice tone, you can't ever tell if I'm like absolutely pissed or just tired. And so most of the time I just say like randomly that I'm tired, and so that they don't think I'm angry at them, which obviously I'm not. I rarely get angry. But when I do, it's more of a reaction to fear than anything. It's not really like, it's not really I'm angry at something in specific. It's more of I'm angry, like it's a reaction because I don't want to be afraid. I hate being afraid, and so if I can avoid that, bet your ass I will do it. So I compensate with anger, which I need to fix. I am aware. But I dated just for like 9 months. I met a lot of people, a lot of friends, which I'll tell stories about later. But like, it was nice. It was really nice during that time period. I didn't really have like, because I hadn't been in enough relationships to be like worried that I'd be left by that partner. I kind of just like was comfortable in the relationship. However, y'all know one of my pet peeves, and same thing with my mom. Everyone who's abandoned me uses the same fucking excuse. They're like, I was like, I was hurting them in some way or upsetting them in some way or like doing something to negatively impact them, but they would never tell me what. And like, I could understand, I really could understand if it was like, I could understand if, fuck, let me think. I could understand if, like, I never asked them if I did anything wrong, but I did. Like, I would regularly check up and be like, hey, have I done anything wrong? Is there anything I can fix or apologize for? And they'd be like, no, you're fine. Like, please, you've got to be honest with people when they ask you things like that. And even when they don't ask you, please have talks with them when they're upsetting you, because they probably don't know it. Unless you make it very, very clear. Which most of the time people don't, because they don't want to start a confrontation, when in reality it just builds up and ends up, well, them splitting apart or driving a wedge in their friendship or relationship or whatever. And it just never works out. Never. Um... Eventually we split, which was because I I kind of think to this day that he was cheating on me. I really think he was. I mean, I never was. That was never confirmed, so take it with a grain of salt. But it was like he was paying less attention to me. Slowly, he started like hanging out with a specific person more and more, which would always be at the time of night that I wasn't awake. Because like I'd stay. I mean, I stay up until like 3 a.m. normally, but. And he knew that after 3 a.m. I pretty much went to sleep, and so he would get on and hang out with this person, which wasn't suspicious to me. Till one night I got on and I joined him because I was interested. Like, why does he get on after me? And only after that night I saw him in a world with someone. I joined that world after blocking him so that I could see what was going on in the world. Without him knowing I was there. And I heard a person kissing someone. The reason I say it was never confirmed is because I don't know if there's another person in that room. I am very, very highly doubtful that there was another person in the room. However, it's a possibility. But yeah, like pretty much. Like 2 weeks after that, he broke up with me. Which fucking sucked. I, like, spoke to him. You know, I just generally spoke to him. Just was with him for a little while. But yeah. We broke up, and that got me closer to people, though. Like, I started talking to, like, it's like we had pretty much, like, had a VR family, which isn't, like, adopted, but you kind of, like, value them as your child. You give them advice, you hang out with them, you know. They get privileges that most people don't. And so that got me closer to a lot of them, because he just kind of like abandoned me after that, like straight up, and like everyone. And now I had to compensate for that. I had, like, it was now my responsibility to tell people I genuinely value as my children that, hey, yeah, he kind of just, like, left me, so, you know, your decision if you still want to value me as your father, which obviously all of them did. I'm still extremely close to all of them. Which, yeah, that was pretty much it. I only really got over him 2 months ago, which sucks, but no. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I love you guys. I really do. Y'all, if anyone ever watches this, please subscribe. Please like. I don't know. I'm not well versed enough to know if it actually really does help, but I'd appreciate, you know, feedback on what I can do. I also need to work on my fillers. I am aware of that. Like I go, I go, I do that a lot. So, this is Arctic.